So that's your typewriter where you do all your typing?
That's right.
Hmm.
You know, sometimes it's in the morning when Amos wants to sleep. Like that too well.
Does it bother you, Amos?
Does
She,
I didn't must have saw her.
See, this is from Alvis.
oh, is it, now that's a Dealik book, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Most den vi kan ha flashspelen en trupsna pickup så kan jag ha ett rullpicka. Vad är det?
Okay. Tilly, she done this too.
Oh, did she?
Oh, yes. Only I did this and this about as long to make this picture. Right there.
There's the cover of it, and there's the picture. Is that the original picture she sent in?
Yes, that's what she's making.
Wow.
And then I thought Oklahoma Raised Sweet too.
Oh.
Yeah, that adds it to it.
You know, I kind of put something else up. I just added that myself.
I see.
No, I'm not. I did that anyway. You know, sometimes I wish it was, but I'm not. But you know, Eli is trying to. He's pretty good at it too.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is.
Now here is Dealik, and that's
Did you?
they're from Russia now.
Yes, those are supposed to be. I don't know if she put Russian clothes on there. I told Tilly at first that she's not getting. She's getting too good clothes on. Yes.
Let's get your other book here.
Grandma's book. These are smaller books. It has thinner paper.
Mm-hmm.
And they said they just kind of like it a little better than they do the.
And it is this one.
And then the first
From
printing.
the first printing.
Yeah.
Now, this is from the first printing.
No, that's from the.
That's from the second one?
That's from the
Wow,
last
now
printing.
this
My
is-
first printing is. I have
Now, this is Aunt Molly, who is an accomplished author.
Oh. Not.
Now,
You'd find out if you.
she has now written 3 books. First one, His Protecting Hand. Now, what year did you write this in?
Let me see. About 5 years before Grandma died, I imagine it came out.
About 5 years.
Yes, it was a long time coming out too.
It has, June of copyright 73.
She died in. It was 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
10 years.
73.
You know, she died on June the 2nd. That was this Sunday.
Yeah. Then Dealik,
I had that written 6 years before.
that's copyright 83. But you wrote it way before that, didn't you?
Oh yes, way before that.
And then the third one, Troyer Teams, Kansas to Oklahoma. Everybody moving to Oklahoma. And this just came out when? This year? Or
It's been a couple of years.
couple of years now?
Before Dad died, and it's been about 2 years now.
That died. But you know, it didn't come out before he died. He never saw the book.
Oh, didn't it?
No.
It didn't come out before.
No.
No.
No. See, I sent him a copy of my of the first part. See, I wrote the last part, the moving part. I wrote, and then I got information about the home in Kansas,
Is that?
and then in Oklahoma a little bit. You know, I wanted that too. So I got that information later. But he got this. But then I did make changes. I told him when I wrote it that this is just a copy. I made a copy of it as a kite. And it's just a copy, and it will be better, I hope, than what I had written, you know. But I thought I'd send it to him so he'd know the book wasn't out yet.
Now, what's the title of your fourth book?
Why, it's Seeking the Lost Pearl.
Seeking the Lost Pearl. Now, what's that about? Who's that? Oh, this is on
Well,
the
it's the parents of
Dealik.
Dealik.
Mm-hmm.
But she was named Lankin, but you know, I really didn't know her name. Neither
no.
did Eli's when I wrote this. So I took Rosie's name. You know, when we got her, she was Dealik, meaning a rose, I think.
That's really good. So, we got 3 books and 1 to go.
Yes, I don't know when we ever come out. Might not even see it.
But that, your last book now you just took in, right? You still
Huh?
there? Looking it
Well,
over.
yes, I had that in February, I think. So,
Well, now I expect you'll write one book a year. You got plenty of time.
I could get her to help me with some of the old times stuff we used to do.
Like-
She still know a lot more than I do.
Yeah, now my mom told her life story. That was back about 5 or 6 years ago. So I got a movie of that.
You
Of her-
do?
Mhm, of her telling her life story.
Is that right? How far back did she go?
Back to when she was throwing eggs or something like that.
I remember when I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
The reason I know just how old I was is because we moved and John was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
See, I can count that way. And then I got 4. And I remember things that happened at that farm we lived before we moved.
And a hut.
Yes, because there was a guy by the name of Silvernail.
Uh-huh.
And he lived close to us, and there was also a family by the name of Miller, and he had a second wife. She didn't quite tell the truth. And she also had a sore on her leg that sometimes bled, and she kind of liked for the men to move her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the old saying was anyway. And the men didn't like to move her. She played sick, I think, sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we went up to this Silvernail that had moved away.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I tagged kind of behind the others, you know. And here was Danny and Adam and Sylvie and them children. When they came in there, they went in the house and they got things. Well, I guess when they brought it home, they thought they shouldn't have taken the things and made them give it back. But I got what I got out of the trash pile. She kind of pitched everything just out the back door the way it looked.
Uh-huh.
And here was a little file. And I claimed that file. All right, we stopped in at the Millers first. Fanny was her name. And she wanted that little file. And they had big sweet apples. It wasn't following them.
Uh-huh.
And she offered me 2 of them apples, because I give her the file. Sure, I want the apples. You know, I sat on a high chair, remember, eating the apples on a high chair. But when I had eaten the apples, I wanted my file.
Well, you were only 3?
Huh?
You were just 3 years old then?
I was 3 years old. And then I went home, and Mom, it was Saturday, and Mom washed and braided us out in the wash house. I just remember so plain, but I cried and cried and cried for my file. Finally, she went over there to see what it's about. And she claimed she didn't know anything about the file and didn't see it. And I know she took it. I still know she took it.
That's the first
3
thing.
years old.
That's the first thing you remember.
Not really. I remember some things happening. You know.
Happening.
Yes. They had a wedding, and I happened to have earache, and Grandma was my mother. She was cook, and we had the church at our house, and there was benches, you know, and in here was the bedroom, even with benches. Well, she finally got me to sleep, you know, with this earache. I had earache. Well, I woke up and everything was dark, and there was nothing but benches. And I let out a howl then, I imagine. I remember I cried. And somebody came with a lantern, you know, crawling over these branches. One of the children she had sent over to see how I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't satisfied till Mom come. Anyways, I had this earache. Bad. So that was, you know, before we moved. And my birthday is in December. And I think we moved then, you know, like towards spring.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so dirty that the wheels, you know, filled up with dirt. It was a pile of sticky dirt. And I know the tugs, you know, and the, what do you call it, the shield shad, the tugs fastened to it. You know, it used to bend.
Uh-huh.
It was that
Single tree.
single tree.
Single tree.
Yes, and here we were so cold, I think we all cried, and I expect Mom did too. You know, have all us children there crying because we were so cold.
Uh-huh.
I remember that just as well as can be. And it was late till they got there. They just drove the cattle, you know, they didn't have no trucks to put them on. They had to drive them down there, and it was evening till we got there. And they put the straw teaks, you know, while we slept on them. That was our mattresses. We just piled them in the room, and And Lydia, the one that lost her husband now,
Mhm.
she was a neighbor, and she came over there and we used to pick each other up, you know. It was just about my age. And then there was we had a stone house with big windowsills.
Mhm.
And we used to sit on there, and here they come with the sewing machine.
Here, we did you around, that's what you owe us. You mean you can take it even without, it's on the indoor?
Oh yeah, it's on the.
Well, he was getting an ice tray out last night.
Nathaniel,
Somehow.
do you think his Joan would like to see a boy like that on the picture?
That's gonna
I
all
see
come
what
on
he's
the
done.
picture, what you do.
He's focusing on the person that's speaking, that's why.
And he picks it up right in there, huh? The voice and everything.
Yeah, it picks up right on the record. I thought I'd get him after a while.
Down for a second.
Is that right?
It
Ah.
says the only thing faster is the human eye. Electric?
General Electric, yeah. Yeah, here we have the Eli Miller Suspender Factory.
It's called the Shenandoah Valley Sales.
Oh, Shenandoah Valley Sales. Oh, okay.
This is official, Shenandoah Valley Sales.
And here we have the
SVS.
here we have the president of the company.
Right.
Yeah.
President over there is Mrs. Vice President.
Oh, she's the vice president. Good. And then we have the production manager here.
Full production.
She's now what does she do there with her machine?
She's a key person. She cuts.
Oh, cuts it. I
She
see.
cuts.
She does all the cutting. And Rosie does all the assembly. Rosie and Nathaniel.
She can cut about 50 pair an hour.
You get a better picture this way.
Is that right?
That's stack with their here.
And
I have to take care of that.
okay, now go on, stick another piece in so you can see, so they can see it go in. We can make 100 pair a day if we all get at it.
100 pair a day. Now, if you would have 10 employees, how many pair could you make a day?
Well, I guess 1,000.
I wish.
You wish.
Oh, no, long time ago.
We have to get a couple more machines, but you see, they're handmade from the start. They're not factory made, you know.
Yeah.
It's better, a lot better quality.
Quality material is a better quality than what you can find otherwise.
Is that right?
Secondly, the workmanship is
It's better.
The clips come from Germany,
Hey,
all imported. And our clips, you see here, they have a nylon gripper on them.
Oh,
They really hold well.
So now what comes from Germany? The clips?
The clips and adjusters.
And what comes from Italy?
The regular elastic. We have a regular elastic, we have an extra strong elastic. What I'm showing here is from Belgium.
Oh, I see, from Belgium. Yeah,
The regular elastic is not quite as strong, and our extra strong, this type here, that is sweat-proof. If people sweat, they still don't stretch out, you know. They hold
I
their-
see.
Well, mainly what we do is just make the and then we make a kind with a button in. Did you see that?
No.
I'll get you some shoes.
For us it's so hard to keep up with it. We hear about these things and see it in the catalog or somewhere, but
Oh,
we're not keeping up to date on it.
now,
The old timers used to
Uh-huh,
wear.
yeah,
And these are
uh-huh.
coming back in the style again. Did you know
is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, are there people other than Amish and Mennonites that buy
Oh, yeah.
these? There are. Okay, so
We
you
sold Wes Boyer a pair of button ties.
Is
He said
that-
he needs it for his hunting pants.
uh-huh.
And of course the red ones were, we sell quite a few of those.
Quite a few of those.
And then recently we put these hang-up tags on for stores that they can hang up.
Mm-hmm.
We did that. I did that myself. You know, the writing, and then we took it to the printers and got him to do it. I took calligraphy last year.
Oh, did you?
That's really a lot of fun. I
Uh-huh.
really liked it. Our teacher gave us calligraphy. Okay.
I'm getting it.
What does she do?
She's putting her back pieces on right now.
Oh, I see. Uh-huh.
Next she'll slide the clips on. Get them ready for. Okay.
This looks just like the clips through here. Daddy, look.
I saw.
You see it?
Back piece.
The it looks like a pretty good pair. Except for the clips. They're mainly for look. Yeah.
View of the house.
I got a rope right here. I was pulling. How's that? I said, I ain't dragged trailer in a while. I was wanting that. Maybe a rope right here. Here's the place I had to play. Oh, I don't know. I think so, anyway.
But
I got people around the corner of the door.
No, see, I got a lot of this stuff. See, pine needles are very good for blueberries. And then we have, yeah, but down there they're red. Oh, well, see, I have other trees. Big and fat, I'm ashamed.
oh yeah, it's too dark. You can't even see it.
Yeah, well, why are you taking all of it for this? Now, Willie, let me get behind the bush.
It's just to rip them down or something.
Yeah, but won't it hurt the tree if you do it now?
No. Well, I don't know. She's not going to do ours till fall.
No, see, look here, Carol.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
Do you like blueberries?
Wonder what
Yeah.
Harry, you're not going to put your charms on there? We have a lot of birds around. We have a dog that's
Hi, Miss Florence, how you doing? Good.
What's wrong with you?
I'm bleeding. Why not?
pretty nice out here.
Every time I get around here, something better than
Well, this is a lot.
I just asked him to walk over. He's
So the one has trees out here? It's not on this one and those Are there 7 on the other?
I tried to get up this morning. I like to never get out of here.
Do you have on it? Did you have automatic milkers or?
Yeah.
Milk?
Yeah, milk.
Oh, you're talking to Paula? Oh, where's that?
Just over there.
Oh, not that I'm expecting it. It's like farm.
I mean, you know, he was running. It was so hot, you couldn't breathe. I drank about 3 gallons of water for 3 hours. And it was coming out. Well, it was exactly, it was 90, 99 was about 98% humidity. I mean, you could almost cut it with your hand. It was so hot. The wind rose in that house. That wind was blowing. It was just like coming out of the front door. It was hot. It was good how the wind was relaxing sometimes, you know. It wasn't relaxing. It made me look for a cooler place somewhere.
Johnny, what do you want all this stuff for? I'm commanding.
Yeah, we're having a...
Is it at the store?
No, we're having it out at the Elk Lodge Convention Center out there in the basement. We got a food show where we have all the suppliers come in and we set up these booths, eight booths, and we got 60 of them we set up. And they show all the products that we carry. Big regard.
And we went out to one of the farms and they showed us the milking car.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
was round, and these German girls were running it.
Mm-hmm.
And they were milking. They had several powers going. Was that at a kibbutz?
Yeah, the kibbutz. Mm-hmm.
You know what a kibbutz is? Kibbutz is like
Community.
the word is community. And everybody has their own jobs. And even the children are only with their parents in the evening. And then someone watches the children all day, and then the parents work in the kibbutz, either in the dairy or the housing or the kitchen or the farm or the fields and everything. But it's a community of people living together.
Like on one farm, kind of. I mean, like,
Yeah, but it's really a big operation.
Yeah.
But I think now they've been able to have enough studies on it to find that children living, the younger children born into and raised by other people in the kibbutz and only seeing their parents at different, for a few hours in the evening, is not really as successful as they had thought that it would be. Child still needs, all the children sleep in their children's house.
Oh, that would be different.
Yeah, and the parents don't really don't pay them. But they really thought that would really be a successful way. But you find that children are very disturbed in this.
We sure will, yeah. I was real after they got here. This is their first visit here. I think all the children taking pictures of everything around here. Huh? I think it matters. You know, he can even put down yeah. Oh, Al McGee, he might have a reunion one time.
Al,
He was standing there taking a picture of me, and he said he's taking a picture of all these beautiful stanchions. He's just shooting them right. I said, you didn't even turn it over here, don't Willie? Will you take on the back? This is Carolyn, Carolyn Mass.
Hi, how you doing?
Well, you're
Hi.
hey there. He's not used to working with this kind of stuff.
No, I won't hit. But I'll burn up, I'll tell you that.
He said they said, put that food all on this way, and then they decorate and play things like
Yeah, this is a nice basement here. Oh. Floor sounded good.
If you don't ever like to get fat people. And listen, Willie,
Huh?
you'll break up everything you've got with all these fat. This fat.
let's break all the rules. Let's look at my camera. Now all just have to sit on the couch and I'll just have to stand it.
He's just a For Nanny. There's old fat Florence again.
Here people are up at the crack of dawn. Milking. 5 o'clock or earlier. 5:06. But they were here before 5 o'clock. The moon is still in the sky. Working. This hour of the morning. You do all the milking? Do you? Boy, you're up early.
This way, he's going to have to. It's empty now, it's not coming that fast.
Uh-huh.
We walked it out. Okay, just about ready to start again. I'll hold it up for you.
There you see the sun coming up.
took ryegrass off already, and we had a lot of. Can you take pictures even now?
Oh yeah.
In the car?
Yeah. Looks better in our corner.
Well, it did. We had such a hard rain that some of it didn't come up as good right after it was planted. But now our land goes to this. In fact, this stride belongs to us.
Is that
this
right?
Stride here. Okay. But this all he rents this. Throw it in the garden or throw it out the back. Really, are you doing the same thing again?
No,
This
I'm
old
just.
fat woman?
You're gonna have that fat thing all over the place.
91,813 miles. Look who's driving. Headed for Virginia. Showing the